this is Julissa. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. It is March 5th, Saturday, 2022. I want to come here, guys, and do this video quick before the news passes by and, like, I don't get to speak about it. It's no longer relevant. Stuff like this, we have to call attention to, because this is another example of how the world is turning to be. Okay, let me tell you something. This is graphic, and I was completely in shock when I saw something like this happen. How can you imagine sending your child to school for a teacher to have this type of behavior towards a kid that is doing something wrong? I think that, let me tell you, I think that they're not doing enough background checks on these t-shirts. I don't care if they were, like, people say he was the t-shirt of the year before, and then, this guy comes out of his classroom to follow a child, okay, and to hit him and slam his head to the wall. And people are supposed to be okay with it, and there are people who are okay with this. Okay, so the video I'm gonna show you at the end, and I'm gonna speak about now, is the Indiana teacher who was granted early retirement this week because he was hitting a student in the face. Like, first of all, the school is like, oh, we're gonna give you early retirement. Like, he needs to be he should have been, first of all, before, okay, we're not going to take his retirement, but at least, like, suspend him for a couple weeks and then don't let him come back. I think what he did is extremely out of behavior. Like, it's not, like, it's such a bad behavior for a professor to treat student like that. And that tells you guys that people that have anger problems, they need to be more evaluated, especially when they're doing jobs like this. I don't care, man. That kid could have said whatever he could have said. A teacher should be able to control himself, especially when this guy is like, I'm gonna get back at him, and he comes out of the classroom, as you're gonna see in the video, if you haven't yet, because it went viral. He comes out of the classroom to follow the kid, to slap him. First of all, don't touch, like, don't do that. Like, that's not your child, first of all. Okay, that's not, whatever the kid could have done, okay, I'm gonna tell you what he did, but whatever he could have done is not gonna justify that you as a teacher have the authority in your head, because you have anger problems, to think that you can go ahead and hit the child, especially hit the child in the face like that. Okay, there's nothing you can say that's gonna justify that behavior. It's not right. I feel like online people are like, oh, that kid is always disrespectful. So what? There are kids disrespectful in school. They don't need to be hit by teachers. They should be disciplined and put, like, on detention, whatever they do, give him a bad grade or whatever, call their parents, have meetings and things like that, bring him to a counselor, but don't touch a kid. Like, you don't do that, okay? People are not going to send their kids to school so that you cannot control your anger problem, okay? I'm telling you guys, there are people who have very, like, anger management is a big deal, and people don't speak about it enough, because the person who's angry, right, will always justify the fact that why they went violent physically, because, oh, you made me angry. Like, you need to control yourself, okay? Like, that says a lot about a person. Just like we speak about mental health, people who have anger problems need to be watched and need to have, like, a counselor, because they lose it and they want to hit you, and that's not right. And, like, it happened here, they hit you. Like, don't touch somebody, okay? You don't do that. And let me just read to you real quick this article before I finish up. And now retired, so like I said, he was granted retirement. And now retired Indiana high school teacher who was arrested after the video showed him hitting a student during confrontation over wearing a hooded sweatshirt. Just like I'm having mine right now. I'm laughing because it's just it's a piece of clothing. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you're gonna see a girl wearing a mini skirt in your class and you're gonna slap her for it? Like, what? Like, it's such, like, he's not supposed to be wearing a sweatshirt. Write a letter to the parents. Use discipline. Don't get your anger and frustration on a kid. You know how traumatized that kid is gonna be? You don't do stuff like that. Like, just the fact that he hit him, like, that's a problem for me. Like, seriously, it's very traumatic, okay? So he says here, he was hitting a student during a confrontation over wearing a hooded sweatshirt on school grounds that was charged Friday with battery according to court documents. Okay, so this happened actually last week, right? February 25th at the Jimtown High School in Elkhart, Indiana. In the video, the teacher, his name is Michael Hosinski, jogs down the hallway, so he followed him. That's the worst, because if you're telling me, if you like pulled the chair and the teacher fell to the ground and hit his knee that he just had surgery on, like, I can understand the type of behavior. You know, I like, it's still not right, but I can understand it. But the fact that he actually left his classroom to follow the kid who's just walking, like, he's peacefully walking down the hallway at his school, to be followed by this angry man, to be hit and slammed, and his head being slammed at the wall, that to me is insane. Okay, so the teacher's name is Michael Hosinski, jogs down the hallway at the school, appearing to chase after the student and grabs the students by the backpack. The guy, he's 61, points his finger at the student, then hits the student in the face, knocking the student's head into the wall. I will always have a problem with people hitting another person, and also for innocent, like somebody who cannot defend themselves. Okay, when you're a young person, right, you're taught to, and these are great moral things that your parents should always teach you. You have to respect your elders, you have to respect teachers, people in authority, all of that. So this child is not fighting back. I mean, he's being slapped by the teacher, right? He's not fighting back. So this guy, Hosinski, he knew the kid was not gonna fight him back. That's even worse, because it's like, you wanna pick a fight with somebody, go out and find somebody who's 61, okay, the same height as you, and then you fight, right? You have so much anger in you, then bother somebody, and then somebody your age, same height and same body build, but don't go after a child. Like, that's horrible. Okay. And then, it says here, he knocked the student's head into the wall. As the student holds their head with one hand, Hosinski grabs the student by the arm and begins to pull the student down the hallway before the student falls to the ground. At that point, another adult appears in the video, and Hosinski walks away with the student. I can only imagine, after the director of the school called him into the office, this guy is going to defend, because, like I said, people who have anger management, it's never their fault. It's like, the victim is always responsible for making them angry to that point that they want to get physical. How insane is that? It's extremely brainwashing. Okay, it's gaslighting. That's what they call it. You make me get this anger, you deserve for me to hit you, and that's horrible. So let me know what you guys think about this. Here's the video. Like I said, you don't have to watch it. It's very disturbing. I'm just putting a little bit on it here so you guys can see what I'm referring to. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you again so much for coming back to my channel. Have a good night, everybody. God bless. For coming back to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and share this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. God bless. Hi everybody, this is Julissa. I'm here to invite you to my podcast, JulissaDesigns, and it can be found on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. You can join me every day as I make episodes of the latest news, real life stories, and I also share my favorite Bible verse. Hope to see you then. God bless.